Actually, the council did admit that so far 133 candidates had issues in their marks. That is part of what we are keenly focusing on for you this afternoon amongst a host of different other stories. This is KBC Lunchtime News. I'm Doreen Arange. Lensa Odingo is my co-anchor. We begin with the recent attack in Lamu County, where one man has died and 9 houses torched in Lamu West Sub-County in a suspected terrorist attack on Saturday night at Marafa and Poromoko areas. According to Marafa residents, the assailants, who were heavily armed, fatally shot the victim. They are now calling on the government to beef up security in the area. Residents have been urged to remain calm as investigations into the attack commence.
Ndugu yangu ameoa dadake. Kwa hivyo sasa yeye ni ndugu yangu. Na sasa yeye unaona hana familia hapa. Yeye tu peke yake. Mbuzi zake ndizo zimechinjwa zote, kuku zimechinjwa, hata tunapata vichwa vingine huko kwa barabara ambao vimetupwa kule. Kwa hivyo tunaona wazi ya kwamba nyumba ndio hiyo imechomwa. Unakuta ya kwamba mali yake pikipiki 3 zimeshachomwa.
Wanajulishwa na nani? Jeshi wameondoka, wanakuja kufamia watu. Na wanajua kila mtu jina lake. Maana wanajua boma ile inakaa watu na boma lile halina mtu. Linajua boma lile lina mzee na lile lina mama.
Wakifuatiliwa miguu yao, saa kuna unyevu wa mvua, hawawezi wakakosekana mahali wameingia. Kwa hivyo hao watu, usalama ambao uko huku, hata tumeanza kuwa na shaka.
Kwa hivyo security inaweza kuwa ni nzuri sana hapa, lakini hao watu wapewe njia mzuri sana ya kukimbia. Kama sasa hao watu wamekuja kufanya hiki kitendo, kama kuna barabara huku mbele yetu na hiyo ni nzuri sana imekatwa ya kukimbia magari, jeshi saa ingekuwa imekaba kila mahali.
And a new study now shows that the crime rate in Kenya is one of the highest on the African continent. A research commissioned by the Global Initiative Against Transactional Crimes shows Kenya is a near hub for terrorism, human trafficking, and money laundering. The findings in report titled Africa Organized Crime Index 2023, Increasing Criminality, Growing Vulnerability, and done by enhancing Africa's response to transactional organized crime, is attributing this state of affairs to widespread insecurity and declining democratic order.
As Rumbi pointed out, non-state actors have a very critical role to play in countering organized crime.
And if we have to develop solutions, probably we just need to start thinking around our governance, around the rule of law, because this is actually what provides the good space for all these markets to thrive.
The private sector actors is one category that we shall continuously focus on seeing their role within the growing complexity of criminal markets that we have here in Africa.
What's emerging, especially as it affects our youngest members of our population, just the youth below the age of 40,
Archbishop Samson Muthuri is now the new head of the African Independent Pentecostal Church of Africa. Archbishop Muthuri, who heads the Eastern Archdiocese, won against his opponent, Archbishop Frederick Wangombe, by a margin of 110 votes. The election had been postponed for a period now following disagreement among the other contestants, who include Archbishops Frederick Wangombe, Samson Muthuri, Dr. David Njuguna. The church leaders, however, agreed to put aside their differences. Archbishop Muthuri, who won with 206 votes, promised to unite the AIPCEA Church as a whole.
I thank God. I also thank the members who elected me. Going forward, I will provide the necessary leadership for our church to move forward.
The church is the conscience of society, and they must be having grounds upon which they criticize the government. In fact, the church should be the rallying point of bringing together the congregation and the government so that they chart one journey.
And the government has been urged to reconsider its proposal to increase land rates beginning next year. Hodari Homes CEO Musa Gaderina has at the same time encouraged young generation to invest on real estate, which is an important pillar of the country's economy. He spoke when he issued title deeds for land parcels and projects situated in Rumuruti, Diani and Malindi.
So ningependa kuomba serikali at least waweze kukuja na njia mwafaka ya kuwezesha mwananchi wa Kenya kupata ardhi popote pale yalipo bila kuongeza anda za mashamba.
Elsewhere, the government has been challenged to come up with strategies that will help minimize cases of gender-based violence in informal settlements. The call comes as activists around the world seek to accelerate actions to end gender-based violence against and femicide.
Speaking in Nairobi's Mathare East, the executive director of Canada Mathare East Trust, Titus Kuria, said that women in informal settlements are more vulnerable to violence owing to lack of resources.
When you are poor, you are susceptible to different forms of violence. When you have GBV, there's a high chance this person will need counseling. But right here in Mathare, it's very hard to get counseling services. You have to pay.
He called for work in collaboration with community-based organizations to end the circle of violence.
I still believe they are working with the organization at the top, but they need to go to the grassroots organization like CME Trust, who understand the community, and we have the resources and the know-how of the landscape of these communities.
Elsewhere, the National Affirmative Action Fund in Busia County has launched a football tournament for girls to raise awareness on gender-based violence. Ngaf County Coordinator Duncan Onyango revealed that they chose sports as a platform to nurture talent among girls and to create awareness effectively.
We are using this sport to also inform these people or even help them, and also the male, because women are the most affected people, gender-based violence.
Pauline Nasimil for Lunchtime News.
Moving on, the restoration of peace at the troubled Sondu area along Kericho-Kisumu border is at an advanced stage. Local leadership, led by Kericho Governor Eric Mutai, pointed out that the talks between the stakeholders are progressing well and an amicable solution will be reached soon. The leaders called on both communities to keep peace as talks with various actors continue.
We all call for peace anytime. And we are asking all our residents, as we talk with Kisumu County, as we talk with various actors in security, at some point we are going to resolve this problem very soon. And we must continue making tremendous improvements in the security situation in Sondu as two communities, both from Nyanza and Rift Valley. Na kwa maoni yangu, Bwana DCC, GSU wasitoke Sondu mpaka tuwe na amani asubuhi, mchana na usiku.
10 minutes past the top of the hour, we are due for our first break. We circle back with plenty more, including what is shaping news in the entertaining world of sports.
Kote nchini matumaini, tujitahidi, tujivunie, tuendelee.
Twende mbele. NCBA. Go for it. The Institution of Engineers of Kenya was formed in 1972 with the aim of advancing engineering interests for the benefit of human welfare and sustainable development. IEK provides service to its members by organizing seminars, lectures, publications, and trainings to enable them to keep up to date with technical and industrial developments. The institution collaborates with government and other organizations to advance global best practices and the engineering profession. IEK has made significant steps in the advancement of the engineering profession in Kenya and looks forward to playing a pivotal role in Kenya's development into an industrial power.
Who's that? Oh, Nani. Oh, Nani. You hurt my feelings. Mimi, Zito, you are hurting my feelings. Zuri, I love you, my baby girl.
Na esa ndo amjua ananiweka hapa mjini. Ananilipia rent, ananinunulia nguo, ananifanyia kila kitu. Niambie, ametoka hapa na hasira kama nini? Kuja na pombe zako tu hapa kuja kusumbua watu.
From the dawn of independence to the present day, Kenya has journeyed with strength and determination. We celebrate Kenya at 60. As we mark this incredible milestone, KBC and Jamboree present an unforgettable celebration of culture, music, and awareness. Immerse yourself in a musical journey featuring global sensations like the Mighty Itals and Everton Blender, all the way from Kingston, Jamaica, along with our incredible homegrown artists. But it's not just about the music. Join us for a day of cancer awareness with free cancer screenings. In addition, we will have a fun-filled family day, including horse riding, bouncing castles for the kids, and a special tree planting exercise. Save the dates as we tour a county near you. Ticket information is available on our social media handles at Jamboree Festival KRE. Join the celebration, feel the rhythm, and make memories that will last a lifetime. Happy birthday, Kenya.
Welcome back. And the Riara Parish Catholic Men Association in Kiambu has taken up the role of initiating and sensitizing boys as they transition to adulthood. The move is aimed at instilling values in the boy child who has been forgotten for ages, while at the same time ensuring the Agikuyu culture remains deeply rooted. The initiates were taken through lessons on adulthood and good morals in the ever-evolving world.
At Riara Parish Catholic Church in Kiambu County, over 60 boys have graduated to manhood after undergoing circumcision and mentorship, courtesy of the Catholic Men Association. For 11 days, the boys were taught about the Agikuyu culture, religion, effects of drug abuse, and other life skills to help them navigate adulthood.
Among the topics, there is one which caught my attention: drug abuse and alcoholism, and how it can affect our lives. From what I could gather, drugs interfere with the natural order of our lives and bodies.
Well, we were taught about how to set goals, basic life skills. We were also taught about our culture, our religion, and yes, what we should do and what we should not do as men now.
Tumewafundisha maneno ya hizi pombe haramu, waachane nazo kabisa. Tumewafundisha vile mwanaume
anafaa kuwa katika society yetu. Tumewaambia sasa wao wamekuwa wanaume na ni wanategemewa na kesho, ndio viongozi wa kesho. Kwa hivyo waende wajitenge na ile maneno wameambiwa. Ndio sasa kesho tukue na wazee kama sisi.
Familia ziko na mavita mingi sana, familia zimeacha majukumu ya kulea watoto wao. Sasa wakati wamekataa kuwalea, na sisi kama kanisa inaingilia hapo, tukaweka pamoja, tukawafundisha vile watakuwa wanaishi na wazazi wao, vile watakuwa na behave kwa familia zao na shule mali wanaenda kusoma.
The Men's Association was, however, quick to note that the involvement in the rite of passage has not led to bad blood with the Kikuyu elders.
Hatuna vita na wazee. In fact, vile tunafanya tuko pamoja nao sana. Wakati wao wazee wengi hao wa chama bado ni Wakristiano, bado ni members wa kanisa yetu. Tunashirikiana kwa maombi, tunashirikiana na ile maneno yote ya kanisa.
The Men's Association is set to follow up on the progress of the initiates after every 3 months to assess their progress. Elsewhere, parents, guardians and leaders have been challenged to lead the way in mentoring and providing guidance to their children during the long holiday period. Speaking during a graduation ceremony of a cohort of 81 boys who underwent circumcision rite of passage and 25 girls who underwent mentorship and guidance at PCA Makupa in Mombasa, Evangelist Julius Githinji stated that the church has taken deliberate steps to mentor the young boys and girls.
Jambo ambalo tungeomba sana wazazi ni ya kwamba mafunzo ambayo kanisa inapatia wapate kuzingatia kupeleka watoto wao ili wakapate kufunzwa na kujua mambo ambayo yako mbele yatawasaidia katika msingi.
Na tumewafundisha mambo mengi ya kujielewa na wamesoma na tunajua ya kwamba wamekoma.
Jinsi ambavyo wamefundishwa na wazazi wametutrust sisi kama viongozi, mwaka ujao tutakuwa na watoto zaidi ya 100.
Kwa mwanamume unafaa uache vitu kama dawa za kulevya, kila kitu ujijue kwamba wewe unaweza kufanya kila kitu.
Nancy Okware, Lunchtime News.
A story of love where that was in the air at PCA Church, Majengo, Embu Town, as 16 couples exchanged vows in a heartwarming mass wedding. The event drew attendees from across the country, uniting communities in celebration. Leaders of the ceremony emphasized the significance of fostering strong family units for promoting coexistence. Manyata MP Gitonga Mukunji encouraged the newlyweds to nurture love and uphold good values within their families and towards their neighbors.
Mimi si mzee sana, lakini najua ndoa mzuri ni ile ndoa imewekwa mbele ya Mungu na ile imewekwa kwa maombi. Kwa hivyo ni ombi langu muendelee kujiweka kanisani.
To all the couples ambao newly wedded, congratulations na tunaombea baraka na kuendelea katika hii safari. Asante na
Away from that, Pastor Dorcas Rigathi has issued a stern warning to drug barons and dealers in the country, declaring that their days are numbered. Speaking at SOT Technical Institute in Bomet, she emphasized the urgency of putting to an end the sale of drugs and illicit brews that she says are causing harm to the youth of the nation. Pastor Dorcas, who was on her tour of Bomet County, further called for action against those jeopardizing the well-being of children. As part of her efforts, Pastor Dorcas opened the Bomet Treatment and Rehabilitation Center, welcoming the first cohort of 100 people seeking rehabilitation at Kolwa Hospital.
Any person who sells those poisons, they are murderers. And we are praying. And one of these days, these businesses they are doing, they can do something else. It cannot be that people are going to sit there and sell poisons to our children, kill other people's children, and we watch and we see a generation perish. Today, I'm coming and rising as a mother, speaking to you and pleading with you, please, don't get to alcohol or drug abuse.
To matters climate now, researchers and innovators drawn from at least 40 partners are participating in Research, Innovation and Digital Agri-Expo at Mount Kenya University, which aims to chart the way forward in minimizing the adversities of climate change and declining food security. The occasion was graced by Director General, Kenya Industrial Research and Development Institute, Dr. Calvin Onyango, the CEO, University's Funding Board, Geoffrey Monari, partners and exhibitors. Dr. Onyango say KIRDI has embarked on a program where they will partner with universities to share information and create linkages between young innovators and the industrial market.
We look at this as an auspicious occasion to actually work together with an institution, a prestigious institution like Mount Kenya University, to ensure that the research which comes out of these institutions can actually be converted into commercializable products.
We have a botanical garden where we have planted a lot of medicinal plants. Some of them are almost to the verge of extinction, but you'll be able to find them in our botanical garden. And the whole purpose is to be able to make sure that we keep what we call the indigenous knowledge up and running.
Also, strategies to boost tourism in North Rift and Western Circuit region have been initiated by organizing a 3-day tourism expo in Kitale that has attracted over 40 exhibitors and visitors. According to the organizer Naomi Karani, the event aims to showcase tourism potentials in the region that they say is not fully exploited to uplift the living standards of the local communities.
This expo is the first of its kind. There's never been a tourism expo in Trans Nzoia, so this is a premiere. And I'm happy to say that we've attracted a lot of attention. We keep saying we are the breadbasket of Kenya, but how many people know what we produce?
I'm from Angola Embassy. I'm here to represent our ambassador, Dr. Sianga Abilio. He was very grateful for this invitation, and thank you for the hospitality of Trans Nzoia.
Turning the crack to matters sports now, and Cabinet Secretary for Sports Ababu Namwamba exalts Junior Stars FC to compete to the best of their abilities in the ongoing Sekafa Under-18 tournament in Kisumu County. The team started the tournament on a high note, beating Sudan 5-0 in their Group A opening match.
Ababu Namwamba, who was flagged by Sports PS engineer Peter Tum and Kisumu Governor Professor Nyang' Nyong'o, spoke to the team in the back room after humiliating Sudan 5-0 in their opening Group A match that was played at Jomo Kenyatta Stadium in Kisumu. He said the government will fully support the team in their quest to become the Harambee Stars of the future.
I want you to know that you are the future of Kenyan football. Wherever it is you are playing, you should know that we are supporting you 100%. We want to keep this team together so that you keep improving it, because this is the Harambee Stars of the future.
We are going to work together with FKF and CAF to ensure that you guys are okay in terms of welfare and all these things. Ours is just to make sure that we motivate you so that we scale more heights.
Kenya now leads Group A with 3 points ahead of Rwanda, who beat Somalia 1-0 on goal difference. Junior Stars will face Rwanda in the second Group A game on Tuesday.
I was completely taken by your style and your determination, and it showed by the number of goals you scored. I mean, that alone, when it goes to the newspapers tomorrow, other teams who have not played you, they are going to prepare like hell. So the next game, I must tell you, we'll have learned from this one.
Tanzania will take on Uganda at 3 p.m. today in a match that will be televised on KBC, Channel 1 and Y254. The semi-finals will take place on December 5th. All the semi-final matches and the final matches will be played in Kisumu. Faith Akinyi for Lunchtime News.
And the National Amateur Kickboxing Trials, which attracted more than 15 teams from across the country, enters second day today in Nakuru County. Kenya Boxing Federation will use the event to select the national team and also nurture budding talent.
The event, according to KBF President Japheth Yahuma, is being used to select the national team and nurture budding talent in the sport. The event is featuring more than 15 teams from Mombasa, Kisumu, Nairobi, Kiambu and Nakuru counties are participating, and they are targeting more than international tournaments to gear up for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Yahuma said that they have not been able to honor most of their assignments due to lack of funds. 20 players, 12 men and 8 women are expected to select to join the national team. Elsewhere, Shikendo FC are the winners of the Arange Super Cup after beating Boy FC in the final match, played at the Kitale National Polytechnic in Kitale, Trans Nzoia County. In the ladies category, Kenya Secondary School Sports Association national reigning champions Weyeta Girls emerged the winners after beating Young Starlets in the final. The tournament, which was sponsored by the county senator Alan Chesang, began on 9th of last month and has attracted over 9,000 players drawn from 450 teams in the county. Join Abwile for Lunchtime News.
That story effectively puts a cap on what we had lined up for you this Sunday afternoon. We definitely appreciate your valid company. I'm Doreen Arange. Lensa Odingo has been my co-anchor. Good afternoon.
Who's that? Oh, Nani. Oh, Nani. You hurt my feelings. Mimi, Zito, you are hurting my feelings. Zuri, I love you, my baby girl.
Na esa ndo amjua na nika hapa mjini. Ananilipia rent, ananilia nguo, ananifanyia kila kitu. Niambie.